This is the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on Fox 9. The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on Fox 9 is sponsored by Bordas and Bordas, WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital, and Wendy's.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia, where tonight the Ohio Division IV Region 15 title is on the line when Steubenville Big Red, the number 1 seed in the region, takes on number 2 seed Sheridan. The Generals, both teams come in at 12-1. Good evening again, everybody. I'm Bill Phillips, along with Coach Tony Filberto, and down on the sideline, the one and only Jack Hillgrove. And Jack, right now, dealing with some precipitation, Coach. But all in all, we're going to take a look at the keys now. Keys to the game, we're going to be holding on to that wet football. Keys to the game for Sheridan: slow down Big Red speed. Their head coach, Paul Culver III, told me that basically they haven't seen the speed like Big Red has, so they have to try and contain it, keep them contained, move the ball consistently to keep Big Red in check. Can they do it? We'll find out. Big Red, be a better team. Individuals won't win. And that's what head coach Reno Suckach told me earlier in the week. He said, this is Sheridan's good team. You have to be ready to play team football. Right now, part of our team down on the sideline, Jack Hillgrove. Jack, what do you have for us?
Bill, Coach, happy to be with you this evening. It is raining. That is no secret. It is raining, it is cold, it is windy, but that could bode well for senior tailback Xavier Folks of the Steubenville Big Red. 1,200 rushing yards this season, 20 touchdowns. We all know that Steubenville likes to get several backs involved. That could play into the factors in this one early on with the rain persisting, especially into the first quarter like we expected to. But Sheridan has some weapons on the offensive side that Steubenville's got to be mindful of, and we'll be making sure that we watch that battle back and forth between two teams. Third time they've met each other, third time in the playoffs they've met each other. Should be a good one. Bill, Coach, back to you.
Jack, thank you very much. And, Coach, those two playoff games back in 1994, Big Red a winner. I remember being at that game, covering it. Sheridan in 2004 came away a winner. Now, to get here, Sheridan beat Bishop Hartley 34-27. And Indian Valley fell to Big Red last week, 42-35. Big Red with a slow start, turnover, get down 13-0. And then at the end of the game, Indian Valley made a run. But in between, head coach Reno Suckach described it, played really well. And he told me, so we have to play a full 48 minutes this week.
Well, last week they started out with a lot of bad things, but they were so solid those middle 37, 38 minutes that they got a separation in there and then hung on to it at the end. They're playing a great football team tonight, and they can't have those breakdowns early or late against a team as good as Sheridan.
One of the things head coach Suckach talked to me about this week, win the day. Every day was something they had to win. They had to win the weight room if it was during school, win the practice after school, win at everything they did this week, and that would prepare for this game. And he said, this game is another opportunity, and you only get so many in your lifetime. So it's a big opportunity for both teams. Right now, Big Red's going to have the first opportunity to have the football as Sheridan kicks off. And that is going to roll out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. I believe the ball was touched by Big Red, so that's where it will be spotted at the 12-yard line for Steubenville Big Red.
Squib. Well, it wasn't a squib kick. It was a hard, low kick and just came off of one of the receivers.
Coach, that was the A&B Sunset Pharmacy kickoff. Right now we have our First Choice America first down. Last week, Big Red came out, first play threw the football, it went for a touchdown. This week with the rain, I would expect a lot of run on the ground early. In this rain, we're hoping, a lot of people think as they check their radar, everyone's the amateur meteorologist, saying that by 7:30, hopefully the rain clears out and it stays relatively calm. It's raining tonight, but not a heavy rain. We had some of that come through, but right now, not too bad. Jack, what's going on?
So a little bit of an issue at the start of this one. The football that they had placed out there for Steubenville to use was not Big Red's football. They had a little bit of miscommunication before the first snap that's getting ready to happen right now. They had to swap footballs. That's going to be key tonight because you got to keep those footballs dry if you want to be able to air it out a little bit. You get them wet, that could cause some problems offensively. So as Big Red takes the field here, we'll keep an eye on that as this rain goes.
Jack, thank you very much. Aiden Manning at the helm at quarterback number 4. And you see Hill and Kernahan go in motion, set up in a wing to the right side of Manning. Handoff. Falks, running room. Falks into the secondary, and he goes for about 8 yards on first down.
You saw the shift when they brought the tight end and the wing over, gave him an unbalanced line, gave him a stretch to that side, extra blocker.
We'll get to the starting lineup right after this play as rain starts to come down a little bit harder here, Coach, on second down and 3. Long count from Manning. Hands off. Falks again. Looks to bounce to the outside. Cuts back. And he is spun down at about the 19-yard line. So bring up second down and perhaps 1. 3.
Third down.
Oh, third down, pardon me. Take a look at the offense. Manning, Falks, Hopkins, Hill, Lee Anthony Sewell, Kernahan, Hoffman, Berge, Lease, Harper, and Kelly. That offensive line has been outstanding all season long. Falks again has some running room. Looks like he has a first down out to about the 23-yard line. And, Coach, that's just good work up front as we take a look at your defense for Sheridan. It's Vogelmeyer, Seitz, Davis, Griffey, Henry, Kuhn, Ruff, Weaver, Winters, Munyon, and Fox. That's a look at the defense. And, Coach, this defense and offense for Sheridan, it is loaded with veterans. 9 seniors and 2 juniors on their defense.
They forced 18 interceptions with this defense, which is an outstanding number.
Manning looks outside, gets it to his playmaker and Hill. Hill gets a block from Kernahan. Cuts inside. He's out across the 30. He'll be close to first down yardage at about the 32-yard line.
Big Red's not going to be afraid to throw the ball in this rain. I actually like to throw the ball in the rain. Your receivers know where you're going. Defender with a little bit of a slippery field may not know where you're going.
Looks like an equipment issue for Hill as he's being sent off the field. Don't know if can't really tell what they're looking at or if he has some sort of an injury, but he's on the sideline for second and 1. Lee Anthony Sewell goes in motion across the formation. He'll set up outside. Then Saber and Felton to the near side for Big Red. Handoff up the middle, running room, face mask at the 45-yard line. Falk still on his feet, and he's out to the 45-yard line. Big run, and you're going to tack on 15 more.
Xavier Falks is outstanding back. That front up, just they're oversized and they're just blocking, making terrific holes for him to run through. You'll see the face mask there on the replay.
They will tack on 15 more yards to the end of that run, so the ball will be spotted down close to the 30-yard line. It'll be officially down at the 31 of Sheridan. And, Coach, tell me about this start for Big Red.
Oh, this is so important. Last week they came out, and I'm sure Coach Sakosh reminded them that, they gave up something big. Let's go out and establish that we can run the football against this great defense.
First Choice America, first down. Manning to throw, looks outside to Hill, and he had him open a little bit too far outside. Hill got caught up with the defender.
There may be some miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver there. I think he was looking for more of an out route, corner-type route.
Second down and 10. Hopkins, fullback position. Falks dots the I. Hand off to Falks, loses the football. Ball kicked around, ball in the secondary. It's going to be recovered by Big Red. It looks like Big Red got on top of it, and they have the football. And that is indeed the case, coming up with the big recovery. It looks like Javen Harper may be down for Big Red down on the field. It looked like Chandler Hoffman, number 50, recovered the football.
We're going to see the replay here. A little problem with the exchange. Never really got the handle and start kicking the football around.
And then it's Hill, and there's Hoffman coming in, number 50. Squirts loose again, but he's able to get back and win the wrestling match, and he has the football. So Big Red. Or did they rule that it's going to be Sheridan football? We're going to take a timeout. When we come back and sort this out, see exactly who has the football right after this. And welcome back to the Borders Friday Night Rivals. Sheridan and Steubenville Big Red. First quarter, first drive for Big Red. They recovered the fumble officially. They have it now 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line, and now we have whistles down on the field, stopping play, and talking to head coach Reno Sagach, telling him that there's an issue with the clock. They're going to wind the clock, and here we go. Clock moving, and we're back to football, and we are officially in the WMC pink zone. Hand off to Falks. Slips through a tackle, slips through another one, still on his feet, and down inside the 10-yard line. He'll be about a yard and a half short of a first down.
And we're in inside isolation. They have sent that fullback up in front of him. I did break a tackle in the backfield. Good balance, nice cut.
Sean Griffey, number 64, in on that tackle. And handoff again to Falks. Steady dive of the senior running back. He dives ahead. It'll be close to first down yardage. He's had a sensational season. 166 attempts, Coach. 1,201 yards, 20 touchdowns coming into tonight's game.
Yep.
We head down to the sideline, and Jack Hillgrove. Jack?
Yeah, Bill, Javen Harper, it's a lineman for Steubenville, missed a couple of plays, looked to have had a little bit of an injury, but he's back in there as they get to run the ball.
Handoff, Falks up the middle, down to the 5-yard line. He'll have first down yardage. It'll be 1st and goal from inside the 5-yard line. And, Coach, talk about establishing what you want to do and establishing your will on another team. That's what's happening here. As Big Red lines up quickly. Falks in the I formation. Hopkins goes in motion. Krabs back. Now it's the triple I. Hand off to Falks. Looks for some running. Doesn't have any. Doesn't find any, and he's backed up.
Yeah, they get that stick eye, which has been good to then lead the two fullbacks up inside. The point of attack wasn't real good, and there was some congestion there. But I think Falk has carried the ball every play but 2 in this drive. And they were 2 passes.
Ben Fox making the initial hit and getting a piece of that tackle. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Hopkins will line up at the jumbo lineup. He's going to come in motion across the formation. Hand off to Falks, looking for a block. Looks to find a seam, and he's not going to find one. And he is thrown back by Sheridan. Braden Weaver, number 9, in on the stop. This will bring up 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Coach, perhaps a little boot action.
Well, that's exactly what I'm thinking. You know, they've run some type of play action, whether it's a boot or whatever.
Little naked boot, fake it, and then, because like you said, he's run. He's gotten the ball every play.
I think he's going to give him the option to throw it or run it, but then they've come back to
handoff, Falks, and he's going to be stacked up at the 5-yard line.
Okay, now we got a 4th down at about the 5-yard line. Do you go to the end zone or do you kick the field goal? Looks like we're bringing a field goal team on.
Nope,
we're not.
Brody Suckach checks in. Lee Anthony Sewell, Felton and Suckach goes in motion. Manning rolls that way, looking, looks back across the middle. Picked off in the middle of the end zone. And it is going to be picked off. It'll be 1st and 10 for Sheridan on the interception. Number 5, A.J. Winders. We'll take a timeout. Back with more right after this. And welcome back to Friday Night Rivals, everybody. Steubenville Big Red, great opening drive. Started at their own 12-yard line, took it all the way down to the 5-yard line of Sheridan, and on 4th down, ball intercepted in the end zone on 4th and goal.
Totally agree with the decision to go to the end zone on 4th down. If you don't make it, you put 95 yards in front of them, which is what you've given Sheridan right now.
Sheridan comes out in the shotgun formation and nothing doing on 1st down.
Pistol formation with the back right behind the quarterback. They ran inside zone, and pretty soon you'll see him pull off of that. The quarterback likes to keep the football off of that play.
Let's take a look at our Steubenville defense. Big Red features Harper, Gorby, Brown, and Hopkins. The top 3 are your defensive linemen, linebackers, Hopkins, Mullins, Felton, Minifield. Then it's Lewis, Suckach, and Falks. Jameer at defensive back. That's a look at your Steubenville Big Red starting defense. Coach, Sheridan features a balanced offense. Run, pass, they're pretty balanced.
They are balanced, but they establish that pass from the run.
Hopkins on the stop. That's Munyon on the carry. Munyon, number 20. And he's had a solid season as the leading rusher for Sheridan. Munyon, 151 attempts for 1,027 yards and 17 touchdowns. We'll take a look at the offensive lineup here, and there's your quarterback, Sheridan, Munyon, Winters, Ruff, and Anderson, your wide receivers, your tight ends, Kuhn, and then the offensive line, Robinette, Davis, Backus, Seitz, and Hill.
And Sheridan is their 2nd leading rusher, so obviously they're running some type of reads and so on for the ball to keep the quarterback.
Saban Felton gets pressure, and it is Sheridan slipping out of a possible tackle, throws it downfield, and it is knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, number 21, that was Bryson Ruff on the coverage. I believe that was number 12.
12.
I should know that off the top of my head. It's number 12, Keith Lewis.
Keith Lewis.
Yep, Keith Lewis. Here we go on the Ohio Valley replay. Good play by Sheridan to get out of trouble and get the pass away, but then a good job by Lewis to come back, coach, and get that hand in there.
A lot of times, you'll break down in coverage there. You'll look in front when the scramble is around, but he stayed with his coverage.
Brody Suckach back deep for Big Red. Stands at about the Sheridan 42-yard line. Kick off the side of the foot. Will bounce down and go out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. So Big Red with outstanding field position. Coach, you talked about it. Make him go 95 yards.
Absolutely.
Okay, you took your shot at the end zone. You got picked off, but the defense comes out and says, not today.
We're going to stop you. Yeah, put a lot of field in front of them. You got to worry about the safety and so on behind you, which they did. They barely got out of the end zone. So Big Red ends up as a positive thing.
Coach, I want to know what your advice was to your teams when you had a rainy night, rainy day, and it's just, it wasn't, we're hoping that this stops in a little while, but if it doesn't, you're going to be dealing with it all day long.
There's certain parts of your body that stay dry, keep your hands dry, and forget about the rain. It's your advantage as an offensive player.
First choice America, 1st down. Manning looks to pass, looking downfield for Suckach, and it is overthrown and out of bounds. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Big Red's looking at this as 4-down territory. We'll take our shot on 4th down, or on 1st down. We should have 3 more downs to work with to move the sticks.
Let's look at A.J. Winders, who had the interception in the end zone for Sheridan. Right now, Manning setting up his formation in the backfield, looks over. And now we're going to get a timeout called by Big Red. The coaches just didn't like the way that was initially being set up. We're going to take a timeout. Back with more from your regional championship game in New Philadelphia. Steubenville, 0. Sheridan, 0. We're back with more right after this. Welcome back to the Borders and Borders Friday Night Rivals matchup for the regional championship. Sheridan Generals, Steubenville Big Red. Nothing in the first quarter. Bill Phillips along with the coach Tony Filberto and Jack Hillgrove down on the sideline. And right now Big Red with a 2nd down and 10 from the Sheridan 25-yard line. I formation. Minifield dots the I. Hill goes in motion. Handoff to Minifield. Not much. And Sheridan right now, Coach, seems like they're established in the middle of that line of scrimmage where Big Red was able to hit a few early, but Sheridan's starting to shut that down a little bit. You
know, Big Red, when they've thrown the ball, 3-4 times, have just dropped back and thrown it. Now they've been running the ball. We're going to look for that bootleg or that play action pass pretty soon.
Minifield here again spins forward down to the 20-yard line on 3rd and 9. So it'll be about, depending on the spot, maybe third and 5, or pardon me, 4th and 5 or 4th and 4. We'll see. It looks like they're going to put it down officially at the 19-yard line.
Very manageable. Maybe this is a good time to run some type of sprint out where he has a run-pass option.
Hill and Suckoch to the near side. Suckoch goes in motion. Felton also on the far side with Suckoch. Handoff inside. And it is not going to happen as Sheridan turns Minifield away. He'll be stopped at about the 18-yard line. It'll be Sheridan taking over 1st and 10. Good job by the Generals to stack up that line.
I mean, if you look at their defensive stats, man, they've done a great job. They're big and physical up front. Good linebackers.
Sean Griffey, number 64, coming through, making his initial hit. .323 to go in the first quarter of play. Sheridan in the shotgun. Munyon alongside. And a little end around, a jet sweep, however you want to describe it. Not much, as Elijah Mullins makes the stop for Big Red on the carry. Bryson Ruff, number 21.
It's hard to run the perimeter against Big Red. They have all that speed in that secondary and out on the edge and so on. I'm going to look for Sheridan to come back to that inside run game, maybe throw the ball off of it.
Good job by Lawson Lewis setting the edge on the outside, so no one was going to get around him. Now it is the gun for Sheridan with Munyon behind him in the backfield. Sheridan looks to throw, looks outside for the sideline. Lewis is there, good coverage, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver was A.J. Winders. Good position by Lewis on that, Coach.
Lawson Lewis this time.
Yep.
We had Keith Lewis make a play in a similar place earlier drive. Now we have Lawson Lewis.
We have 3rd and 8 at the 20-yard line as Harper comes over to the sideline.
And that may just be a situation change. I don't think we have an injury or anything there.
Interesting equipment change for Lawson Lewis, number 13 for Big Red. Took his gloves off, threw them off to the sideline, and then dried his hands off. As we have Big Red in the backfield, and that is Minifield making the stop for the loss, and that'll bring up 4th and long for Sheridan, and they will send in the punting unit. So good defensive penetration by Big Red.
If you see, they try to run some inside quick game, looking for Big Red to be working straight upfield in the pass rush. Big Red played it well.
Ohio Valley Honda replay, and Lawson Lewis was told by the official to come over to the sideline, so he comes out of the game, and now a substitution going in. Not sure, I don't know if it's a helmet issue or Adams comes into the game, number 28. Punts away. Suckoch is going to let it bounce, and it is going to take a Sheridan roll for about 10 yards down to about the 35-yard line. And right now we're going to head down to Jack Hillgrove on the sideline. Jack?
Yeah, Bill, an equipment issue with Lewis there that had him come out on that punt. But Todd Phillips, defensive coordinator for Big Red, fired up in these early defensive possessions. I've been watching him all evening long so far. Really fired up about how Big Red has been able to fly to the football on defense. They're all over the football, but so is Sheridan. So who can ever kind of break that mold, so to speak, in the early going in this one on the defensive line is going to have the early advantage in this one. But right now, both the Generals and Big Red's defensive lines have been playing really well. Guys, back to you.
Jack, thank you very much. As Big Red comes out 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Swing it outside to Hill. Gets a block from Kernahan. Bounces it to the outside. Gets a block from Lee Anthony Sewell. Flag down. It looks like there may be a hold on the play as Hill is knocked down at about the 32-yard line. And now his helmet has come off on the play. Looks like this is going to go against the...
Yeah, it looks like a hold.
Big Red. First choice America first down. So Big Red will get another first down. It will just be 1st and 20. Take a look here at the Ohio Valley Honda replay.
We didn't see the hold.
Maybe I think Lee Anthony had his left hand up on the shoulder pad on the outside.
That's one of those close ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Judgment call.
Yep.
So 1st and 20 from the 24 now. And now a flag goes up, and we have a motion penalty against Big Red. And this was something that head coach Reno Suckoch talked about. He said we can't beat ourselves with fundamentals. We can't beat ourselves with penalty. You have to hold on to the football and stay away from the penalties. And right now, back-to-back penalties for Big Red as we get a look there at head coach Reno Suckoch.
Yeah, 1st and 25 on a rainy night, not a situation that you want to be in. And we're stopping the clock right now, the officials.
I think the clock's... I think there may be a piece of cloth or something that's sticking out from the back of the helmet. Maybe I think Hill might have a like hairband in there. Maybe. And it might be sticking out, I think. We'll have to find out from Jack. Aiden Manning downfield has a man, and it is incomplete.
Okay, that's a bootleg off the run action that we've been looking for, and just didn't make the hook up, and I like the call.
Hopkins and Falks in the backfield in the eye. Hand off to Falks, and we have a flag. Sideline warning. Jack, take it away. Head down to the sideline for Jack. I might have a microphone issue. Suckoch checks into the game. He'll split to the far side with Hill, Lee Anthony Sewell, and Suckoch. And now Saban Felton's being asked to leave the field. I'm not sure what.
Would like to have an explanation.
I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah. Lawson Lewis checked in. Now we have a flag and we have a motion penalty. And now someone's being asked to leave the sideline. So someone may not have appreciated the calls, and that person's been told by the referee he has to leave the sideline, and he's going to be escorted. And student body section, I think, waving to that person. All right, hopefully we get back to football here in the next few minutes. Coach? Not sure what to say.
I mean
3 or 4 flags from the same referee at the same time.
And we still don't know what's going on.
Yep. What's going on right here is Minifield down the sideline, across the 40, down to the 50, before he's knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line of Sheridan. Big run, and Big Red answers as they get down the sideline for a huge gain from Jalen Minifield. And it'll be a first down in Sheridan territory. Coach,
we're going to see it again. This is so big. You know, you got first and about 1.5 miles, and he breaks through just on an inside run, gets him midfield, and we're going to forget about all those penalties and moving backwards now.
Bryson Ruff on the stop for the Generals of Sheridan as Manning lines up in the shotgun formation. He's going to look outside, and it's almost picked off. Intended receiver was Hill, and on the defense, that was number 5, A.J. Winders. He almost had his second interception of the night. And with 7 seconds to go, it'll be second down and 10 from the Sheridan 46-yard line for the Big Red offense.
It's a good break on the football, and very fortunate that he didn't come up with the interception.
Winters, a 6'1", 175-pound senior.
This team has had 18 interceptions this year, so 19 now.
Lee Anthony Sewell goes in motion across the formation. Manning handoff straight ahead. Minifield into the secondary. Still on his feet. Sets through a tackle. He's gone. Touchdown, Big Red.
You know, that's what we're waiting for. You know, when's that big play going to happen? When's that big play going to happen? When you get this into a track meet, Big Red's going to win it.
46 yards for Jalen Minifield as he goes into the end zone for the Big Red touchdown. Now the critical extra point, and on nights like this tonight, Coach, if you can stay on 7, and you want to talk about Fabro, Suckoch, and Bowers.
They've done a terrific job all year.
They have to manage that snap and hold. It's down, it's up, and it is good. Big Red goes on top 7-0 at the end of the first quarter of play. From the regional championship game, we'll take a timeout. 7-0 Big Red after 1 period over the Generals of Sheridan.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on Fox 9 is sponsored by Mr. Rooter, Weirton Medical Center, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 495, D. Felice Brothers Pizza.
Welcome back to the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals. Jack Hillgrove down on the sideline. Jack?
Hey there, Bill. Yeah, a very emotional drive for Steubenville offensively with the in the early going, the equipment issues with Isaac Hill, and then they were able to kind of put their foot on the pedal, so to speak. The run from Jalen Minifield really got this sideline fired up, and hopefully that translates for Big Red's sake into this defensive possession.
And we've got a fumble down on the field, and who got the football? And it looks like Sheridan will maintain possession. But on the play, Coach, there was a block in the back at about the 10-yard line. It's obvious as obvious.
We can see it from up here.
Absolutely. And it was not called. And now we look at the end of the play on the Ohio Valley Honda replay. And there's the ball. You see it on the ground. Looked like Suckoch may have knocked it out. And then the ball squirts loose again. And for Sheridan, the Generals get a fortuitous bounce. It's just one of those fun words you don't get to say a lot, fortuitous. So, you just...
I'm going to write that one down.
WVU Medicine, Wheeling Hospital replay. And now it's the Mr. Rooter first down. Second quarter. Oh, that first quarter flew by, Coach.
Sure did.
Sheridan has it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Winders goes in motion. Handoff. Oh, no, he's going to keep it. Sheridan has it Quarterback, big run out across the 40-yard line. Actually knocked down by his own player. They collided at the 40, and it looks like his wide receiver downfield got the worst of that hit as he is slow to get up.
We talked earlier that he was their second leading rusher, the quarterback, and they run some inside midline or zone read. He pulled the football, and I'm looking down at the running back just as most of the defenders were.
Well, there's a look at Sheridan. Good size, 5'11", 205. He is solid, has some good wheels, and it looked like that may have been, I thought it may have been Ryan Kuhn, number 12, downfield that took the hit. He stayed in the game if it was indeed him. Winters will go in motion. Handoff Munyon. Nope, we've got
another flag. You hate to see a game. They've played, 13 games already, and we're getting flags. Too many flags.
Well, that's motion penalty. Running back started. Running back started early. You can see that on the WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital replay. Right now, it's a Mr. Reuter first down for the Generals of Sheridan. Winters goes in motion. Handoff because we have more flags.
We got another flag.
Again, if it's a motion, if it's not, okay, they're doing their job.
Right.
But take a look, see if we can pick up the motion penalty here. Maybe the tight end got to flex his yell. Yeah, he went forward. Yeah, you got to call it. Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's a good call.
Yeah.
How many times have we said that's a good call to the referee?
No. How many times have you said it?
Okay.
Because in your coaching career, I'm sure there wasn't many. Yeah. There may have been a few when you're buttering them up. Hey, here you go. You're doing a great job out there. Yeah. Hey, remember us in the fourth quarter. I give you some compliments. It's just it's tough because you want to see the teams and they've played so hard to get here.
Right.
You want to see them play without. You want to see them play mistake-free football.
Well, my point is you don't get here if you're a team that's going to get 12, 14 penalties in a game.
Yep. Okay, 1st and 20. Munyon on the carry. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on the carry.
They stay in that pistol, and he gives him that drive play, that outside zone, and then he's going to pull the ball, come back the other way, or follow him to the sidelines. Good blocking up front.
Yep.
Good defense also. Two good football teams we're seeing tonight.
Hopkins in on the tackle. Bottom of it's the West Virginia Medicine Wheeling Hospital replay. Quarterback's going to keep. Now the pitch to the outside to Winters, number 21. He looks to bounce it outside. He's going to be stacked up at the 45-yard line and driven down. Brody Suckoch with a stop. And how about Santonio Brown, number 51?
Wow.
Defensive lineman comes all the way back and helps out on that tackle. That's just good hustle.
Coach Suckoch talked about the team.
Now look, he's in the backfield. There he is. Right. He's going to hustle all the way back. He's going to get a piece of this play.
You play to the whistle, as we've talked about. You play as a team. That's team defense. That's gang tackling.
We talked about that earlier. He said we have to win as a team.
Sure.
Sheridan can beat you if you try and play as individuals. So far, Big Red's been playing as a team. 3rd down and 8 from the 46 for the Generals of Sheridan. We have a timeout. And I think number 5, Coach, for Sheridan, A.J. Winters, I think he thought he was going to get a penalty because he looked like he was starting up the field and they threw his arms up. We're going to take a timeout. Bordas and Bordas, Friday Night Rivals. Big Red leads it in the second quarter over the Generals of Sheridan, 7-0. And welcome back to the Friday Night Rivals. Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals. WVU Medicine Hospital scoreboard there. And now you see we've got Sheridan cheerleaders over in the end zone. And And we're going to head down to the field with Jack Hillgrove. Jack?
Hey, Bill, yeah, it's starting to lighten up a little bit rain-wise. The precipitation is lightening, but the wind is still kind of there. But this ground is going to stay wet all night to keeping those footballs dry enough to be able to throw. Something else we got to keep an eye on as well. But the rain starting to lighten up a little bit.
Sheridan back to pass, in trouble. Brown is going to get a hit on him, throws it downfield to Winders, and he makes the catch. Goes up, little hand fighting between him and Lewis, and he gets just enough separation to make the catch. And credit Sheridan for keeping that play going for the Generals.
Yeah, he was brought down, throws the ball, good coverage, and they make a catch. Look at it again here. Could have been sacked, got away from it, got pressure, and threw it downfield.
Hard to cover for that long. West Virginia Medicine Wheeling Hospital replay. Now Sheridan in the WMC pink zone. They have it 1st and 10 at the Big Red 18-yard line as clock rolls inside of 9:20. And now we have another timeout called by Sheridan. So they've burned 2 quick timeouts. And they'll be down to 1 for the remainder of the half. We'll take a timeout with the teams. Back with more right after this. And welcome back to the Borders and Borders Friday Night Rivals. It is Steubenville Big Red 7, Sheridan Generals nothing. Second quarter, 9:17 to go in the Division IV Region 15 championship game. Big Red, the defending champions. These two teams have met twice before, both in the playoffs. 1994, Big Red came away a winner. 2004, Sheridan came away a winner. And right now, Sheridan looking to even this game up as they have it 1st and 10 at the Big Red 18-yard line. Handoff inside, Munyon down to about the 15-yard line. Give him a gain of 3. Then it'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, they're running the inside drive off of what we used to call midline option. And anytime those quarterbacks are going to pull the football, depending on what that tackle is.
And, Coach, I would imagine with a player like Sheridan, the quarterback, who has that ability to run and pass,
sure,
you got to keep an eye on him to maybe try and get it to the corner.
Like we talked about, he's the second leading rusher on the football team.
Handoff inside again. Munyon, he's going to pick up a couple of more. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 inside the Big Red 15-yard line. Brown and Hopkins there on the stop for Steubenville Big Red.
Well, this is crucial for both teams. We'll see if Sheridan comes out, try to get at least part of it. Means they're going to go for it on 4th, or they're going to try to get all 5 yards some way, going to some pass or some option or something.
Sheridan rolls to his right, looks to the corner of the end zone, too long and out of bounds. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down and 5 from the 13-yard line for the Generals of Sheridan. Coach, you got a decision to make if you're Coach Culver over on the other sideline.
Well, I'm wondering about the kicker because their first kickoff was a low-line drive kick. So maybe he doesn't have the kicker like Big Red has. So he may have made a decision based on personnel. He's keeping them on the field.
Harper will check out for Big Red, checking in number 54. That is Noah West, and he's been part of that rotation on that defensive line. The defensive line has been outstanding all season long. And now we have a timeout called by the Generals. They're going to talk things over.
Well, that's their 3rd.
Yeah.
It leaves them then with halftime. Maybe they'll try to draw Big Red off and then possibly come out and kick it.
Coach, it's Sports Friday. It's WMC Sports Friday. The show with all of your scores and highlights. There they are. Rob Metzger, Jack Hillgrove, all smiles, and some guy in the back row. Not sure who that is, but 11:10, 10:30 on Fox 9. Of course, 11:10 on WTOV9. Most local high school scores and highlights every Friday night. And that's not just in the high school football season, Coach. You want it in basketball. You want wrestling season, swimming season. you want track and field, you want anything and everything, we have it for you on Sports Friday.
And you give it to us on Friday nights, boy.
And the Fox Sports Friday tonight will be after the game. So we'll have all the scores and highlights from tonight's playoff games. Of course, there's games tomorrow. Weir plays tomorrow against Scott. Cameron is at home tomorrow afternoon. So plenty of action tomorrow, and we'll get you ready with previews of those games. Right now, 4th and 5, a critical 4th and 5. Big Red up 7-0. 7:54 to go. First half of play. As Sheridan comes out, he's going to set up in the shotgun. Has the ability to run. He's going to send a man in motion. That is Winders. He'll roll that way. Throws back across the middle. It's incomplete. Good coverage. Receiver had a step, but the ball was too far and incomplete. Big Red turns away the Generals in the pink zone. And it'll be Big Red football, 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. Big stop, Coach.
Big stop. They tried to get it on 3rd down. They get it on 4th down. Again, I think good decision on the coaching part. Just weren't able to connect. But how big that is for Big Red. We're going to see the replay there. Just slightly overthrew him.
Intended receiver for the Generals was Bryson Ruff, number 21. Sheridan just a little too out far in front. It falls incomplete. Big Red has it 1st and 10 at their own 13. And if you're the Generals, you don't like this. It's Falks dotting the I. He's been off to a great start tonight, as has Minifield with a couple of huge runs. The running game has gone really well. We have another flag. And the thing about this game, Coach, officials are making the calls. They see it. They make the call. I get that. But when you have this many flags, and I'm not saying they shouldn't call it. If they see it, they call it. But there's absolutely no flow to this game.
No.
It's just choppy.
No. Yeah.
And how difficult is, as a coach, you're on the sideline, you're trying to get your team in a flow. How difficult is it to get them over that?
The stop, start. You want the team to go fast. You want them to keep moving. And the officials are stopping the football game.
Handoff from Manning goes to Falks. He's going to get back across the 10-yard line, it appears, or close to the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down. Well, I guess the one thing Coach Tomlin always used to say, this is press conference with the Steelers. Rain, wind, snow, field conditions. Don't want to hear about it. Both teams have to deal with it.
Right.
Officials, how they're going to call the games, how they're going to call the game.
That's true.
Just don't make any mistakes. Big Red 2nd and 14 from their own 9-yard line. Manning, play action in the end zone, steps up, looks outside, has Hill. He'll have 1st down yardage before he's knocked out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Official spot should come down at the 29, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Steubenville Big Red.
You'll see why he's a Division I receiver. He had that defensive back bailing. He stuck his foot, turned back in. Great communication with the quarterback. A little comeback route gets him out of the deep end of the field.
Manning did a good job getting the ball over the linebacker or defensive back up front. As Falks is going to drag a tackler out across the 35-yard line before he's stacked up a gain of 5 and a gain of 6 now from the official spot. And, Coach, I would imagine you're all smiles down on the sideline if you're Reno Suckout if you get 6 on 1st down.
Right. I'm looking at Xavier Falks. He runs so much bigger than a kid 175 pounds. He looks like that 195, 200-pound kid because he's running tackle to tackle. Then, of course, he has the ability to separate once he gets into the secondary.
2nd down and 4 from the 36. Manning back to pass. Looks downfield, and he overshoots his intended receiver. Saban felt it. It's incomplete. We're going to head down to the sideline for Jack Hillgrove. Jack?
Yeah, Bill, so the winner of this game will face the Region 16 champ. That'll either be Cincinnati, Wyoming, or Kettering Archbishop Alter. Those two do a battle on the opposite side of the state. Alter leads it late in the 2nd quarter, 7-0. And shout out to the Wyoming Athletics Twitter page for providing very timely updates. As this game goes on, we'll try to update you on the score of that one. And last year, if you remember, Big Red falling in the state semifinals to that Cincinnati, Wyoming team. If they can win, it could be a rematch. Bill, back to you.
Jack, thank you very much. And we have the official on near side. It's going to be a timeout called by Steubenville Big Red on 3rd and 4 from the 36. 6:31 to go. And, Coach, we're going to take a timeout with the teams. We'll be back with more from the Bordas and Bordas Friday night rivals. Big Red leads it 7-0. Back with more after this. Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. Steubenville Big Red 7, Sheridan Generals nothing in the second quarter with 6:31 to go. Big Red will have it 3rd and 4 from their own 36-yard line. Coach, we're looking for something on the ground. We're going to put it up on the air.
Well, you'd say, well, you got to find a play, get you 4 yards. With Coach Sakosh, if he doesn't, he might come up with a punt team and run the football. So it's a tough question for me. If I'm coaching, it might be a little different than what Coach Sakosh calls.
Minifield splits to the far side. Hill and Lee Anthony Sewell stacked on the near side. Handoff goes to Falks. Has running room. He'll have the first down and more. He's still on his feet across the 50. You saw the flag come in on the play. Right in the middle of the offensive line. Have to believe it's going to be a hold against Big Red. And indeed it is.
We'll see the replay here. Maybe we can see the whole. Again, they run their power O, their power tray. They're pulling the backside guard, backside tackle, kick back, double team out.
The 3rd and 14 from the 26th. Hill and Sewell to the near side. Manning, a little play action. Harper out front doing some blocking. Manning steps up, and he's going to be taken down. And he is sacked at the 20-yard line. Spun down hard at the 20. And it'll bring up 4th down. Good penetration from the Generals' defensive line.
Yeah, you get that half roll where he's looking for some type of double lever receivers down here underneath, one deeper, but he just didn't have the opportunity to get rid of the football.
Ryan Kuhn, linebacker, tight end, as Hayden Hicks is in the punt for Steubenville Big Red. A.J. Winders back deep. Kick from Hicks is going to come down at the 45, and it'll be returned out to about the 40-yard line of Big Red. A.J. Winders on the return.
This is good field position for Sheridan. I think it's probably their best starting point of the evening, about the 38-yard line, 39-yard line.
The rain continues to come down here in New Philadelphia at Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium. Mr. Reuter, first down. Gorby, Harper, and Brown on the defensive line. As Ruff goes in motion, but it's going to be Sheridan keeping the football. He's out across the 30, down to the 28-yard line. He'll be short of the first down. It'll bring him 2nd and short for the Generals.
Okay. We talked earlier how he's going to ride that back in. Depending on what the defense does, he has the option to give the football or keep it. And that time he made the read to keep the football. Ends up with about a 9-yard gain on first down. 2nd and short's a great place to be offensively.
Sheridan will line up about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Zach Hines, number 27, in at tailback. And now we have another stoppage. Generals don't have any timeouts. Now we've got 2 substitutions. Noah West is going to come in along with Kelly, number 78.
I have no idea what that stoppage was for.
Ruff goes in motion, and it is going to be first down yardage for the Generals. I'm still trying to figure out why we had the stoppage.
Yeah, and maybe some equipment thing that they were able to fix. I don't know.
Well, doesn't matter now.
Nope, it's first down.
First down for Sheridan. The Generals at the 24-yard line of Big Red. Clock rolling now. It's going to get inside of 4 minutes before Sheridan snaps the football. Householder and Ruff split to the far side. Ruff will come in motion. And here comes Sheridan. He's going to keep, and he's going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards. Elijah Mullins making the initial hit where he's driven back, and now some pushing and shoving after the play. And everyone's just kind of getting up off the pile. It's Antonio Brown. Why am I getting pushed? I'm just trying to make a play.
You know, early in the game they were establishing the back. We'll see in the replay here. But now the quarterback's starting to pull it. And of course, we talk about depending on what the defense is doing.
Creed Hill, number 77, didn't like the end of that play with his quarterback being thrown to the ground. I understand that, but they're going to play to the whistle. Ruff split to the near side. Handoff's going to go to Munyon on the inside. He goes to the sideline, still on his feet, 5-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line, shoved out of bounds by Brody Suckoch. They're going to mark him down officially at the 5. And now we have more whistles. And one of the referees is telling number 20 he needs to leave the field for Sheridan. That's Justin Munyon, the running back, but I don't see a flag on the play. So I'm not sure. His helmet didn't come off.
No, I mean, they have sent a number of players off the field without much of an explanation. I'm sure they have a reason for it, though. First and goal from the 5-yard line for Sheridan. Winters comes in motion. Sheridan's going to keep. Sheridan's going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Generals. Quarterback Caden Sheridan goes in from inside the 5-yard line for the touchdown. You see the WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital replay. Makes a little jump stop and then cuts it back inside, Coach. He's a 200-pound back. Yeah, he's a big back carrying the football, just lining up a quarterback.
McKinney to attempt the extra point. Snaps down, kick is up, and it is good. So we are all tied up at 7 apiece with 2:44 to go in the second quarter. And let's take a look at some college football. Fox College Football, Michigan, Maryland, Fox 9, Saturday at noon. More action coming up. College football on Fox. Oregon and the Sun Devils of Arizona State. That's at 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon on Fox 9. But we're not done, Coach. No, we're not done. Texas and Iowa State.
That'll
the
be a good
Longhorns
one.
and the Cyclones. Tell you what, give Iowa State a chance. They play some outstanding defense. Texas, solid, but look for Iowa State. They could give them some issues. 8 o'clock on Fox 9 Saturday night.
And the defensive coordinator at Iowa State was a local, John Heacock.
He started his coaching career, Big Red.
Big Red, he sure did. And I think he was named the Defensive Assistant of the Year in the NCAA or one of those awards.
And coming up at halftime, it's the Wendy's halftime show. Dylan Cleveland, a much-deserved week off. Rob Metzger will take over, so you know Rob's going to bring the heat.
He sure does.
As we have the A&B Sunset Pharmacy kickoff. Comes down to the 18-yard line. And the return out to about the 23, and that's where Big Red will take over, 1st and 10, with 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the first half of play. On the return, Lawson Lewis on the return, and Big Red will have it 1st and 10 at the 23, and we have a flag. No surprise there.
It's a nice tackle. And I think there was some pushing and shoving back here at midfield, but I'm not sure who they threw the flag on.
Face mask against Sheridan. So that happened. That did not happen with the ball with Lewis. That happened somewhere on, going downfield trying to make a play. So Big Red will get the benefit of that face mask penalty. And it'll spot the ball out at about the 38-yard line of Big Red. So now with 2:39 and you have a timeout, not that bad.
And it's so important. We have to remember that Sheridan gets the ball in the second half also. So it's real important what Big Red does with
Hayden Manning rolls outside, and it is incomplete. Saban Felton, the intended receiver, goes incomplete. It'll bring him 2nd down and 10. Felton will stay on that side. Suckoch will be in the slot. Lee Anthony Sewell inside of Suckoch, and Hill to the near side by himself. Falks with Manning in the backfield. That snap, Manning gets it. He looks downfield, throws it up, and throws it out of bounds. And it was Lee Anthony Sewell in the area of the intended pass. No call for grounding. Good look at the senior quarterback, Hayden Manning. And he has had a sensational senior season. 160, 243 for 2,244 yards, 21 touchdown passes this year. 3rd down and 10 for Big Red at the 38. Manning, high snap. He's just going to fall on top of this one as 2 snaps in a row, giving Big Red trouble. It'll bring up 4th down, and it will send the punting unit with Hayden Hicks onto the field.
It's tough on a night like this. Your hands are cold, your hands are wet, the ball may not be perfectly dry. So those things happen. I expect that maybe Big Red will go a little more under center like they started the football game.
Winders back at his own 33-yard line. Hayden Hicks will line up at the 19 for Big Red as he looks to kick this one away. Hicks has had a tremendous season playing the football. And we have a timeout.
Coach Suckosh was letting the clock run down to 1 second to use up the time in the first half. Got the clock down to 1 minute and 44.
No timeouts for either team at this point. So, of course, Big Ten action on WTOV9. It's the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame at home against Wake Forest, Saturday at 3:30. Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons, taking on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. That's at 3:30 on WTOV9. And how about this? Nebraska and Wisconsin, Saturday night in Madtown, Madison, Wisconsin. Well, I understand I've never been there for a football game. Would love to go. It's apparently one heck of a place to be on a Saturday night if you're taking in a college football game. You can take it in from your living room, put your feet up, relax, kick back. Get something to eat, something to drink, and watch it all on WTOV9. Right now we're watching Hayden Hicks in the punting unit for Big Red. Critical to get a good punt off here at the end of the first half. Snap is back to Hicks. He gets away with a one-step and a beautiful
kick.
Beautiful spiraling kick. Down to the 25-yard line. Ball's loose, but recovered by Winders. And it'll be Sheridan football at their own 23-yard line. Great kick from Hicks. Good coverage as well for Big Red. And it'll be a long field for the Generals of Sheridan.
You watch him fumble the ball. That football, you never know which way it's going to bounce. It came right back to his hands, and he was able to hang on to it.
Mr. Reuter first down with 1:36 to go. Tie ball game, 7-7. Regional championship matchup. Defending regional champions, Steubenville Big Red, the #1 seed. #2 seed, Sheridan, the Generals. Both teams come in with 12-1 records. Ruffin Kuhn to the far side. That's Anderson going in motion. Handoff! And nothing doing. Nothing at all. And that is Antonio Brown.
Been all over the field
He has played a sensational first half.
Has.
Anderson's going to come all the way across. He's going to set up all the way across the formation. 2nd down. Looks like a motion penalty on the outside, and that was a mess from the beginning from the Generals. Anderson was all the way across, came through, weaved in and out of the other receivers to find his spot, and then never really got set.
It looked like they were a little bit confused on where they were going as far as formation.
Yeah, number 51, Santonio Brown for Big Red has been absolutely sensational.
He's all over the field
here in the first half. He's going to look to get after Caden Sheridan on second down and 16 from the 17-yard line of the Generals. Two receivers on both sides. And it'll be a handoff to Munyon. He's up the middle for about 6-7 yards before he's stopped by Hopkins of Big Red. And the ball will be spotted down at about the 24-yard line. It'll bring him third down, and 9. So third and long for the Generals. Ruff to the near side, 3 receivers to the far side. Sheridan has shown the ability to run and make some big plays with his feet, but here he hands it off, and it's going to go for close to first down yardage, depending on the spot. They may have it.
Looks like it.
On the carry there, number 27, I believe that's Hines. Zach Hines, number 27. First and 10 from the 34, 5 seconds to go in the half. Flag on the play. Sheridan rolls out. He sheds a tackler. Another flag on the play. Completed pass out across the 50-yard line, but I think it's all coming back.
Me too.
And the clock, 0-0. I think that may be the end of the half if they're both offensive penalties. Wait for the official ruling. Looks like everybody's going to head to the locker room. Maybe not. We're going to head down to the sideline where Jack Hillgrove. That's the end of the half. We're going to try and catch up with head coach Reno Sakach. Jack?
Coach, defensively in the first half, a couple of times they had the ball in the red zone. You guys were able to come up big on defense. Assuming you would carry over to the second half, what did you see out of the defense?
We got to fix penalties. We got to fix mistakes. Both sides of the ball, and we'll be fine. We got to fix penalties and fix mistakes, and we'll be fine.
All right, Coach, thank you. Bill, back to you.
Jack, thank you very much. 7-7 ball game. A first half that was filled with penalties for both teams. And Big Red gets on the board first, but the Generals answer before the end of the first half. That is Minifield on that big run Jack talked about. It's halftime, everybody. In New Philadelphia, we're all even at 7.
This is the Wendy's Halftime Report.
Good evening and welcome into the Wendy's Halftime Report. I'm your host, Dylan Cleland. Before we check out additional playoff scores and highlights from tonight, Bill Phillips introduces us to this week's DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Steubenville Big Red will play for the Ohio Division IV Region 15 Championship against Sheridan. And in the thick of things will be this week's DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week, Jace Kernahan. The tight end defensive end carries a 4.18 grade point average and is always ready to make a play, like his block on an Isaac Hill touchdown reception in the regional semifinal against Indian Valley.
It's been great. You just got to know your role. You just got to be a team player and just always be ready whenever you're needed. You got to be there.
Big Red head coach Reno Sakach, who is also Jace's grandfather, is extremely pleased with how Jace has developed not only as a player, but more importantly, as a person.
He's just a steady football player, not flashy. He isn't flashy at anything he does, whether it's at home or on the field or whatever. He's not flashy. He's just a good, steady football player, a good, steady student, a good, steady grandson. And I just appreciate the way he's been raised and the way he's acted so far up to this point,
Away from the field, Jace spends his time hanging out with his brother and family. Next year, he may be spending more time with his brother as he begins his college career.
I was thinking maybe about Kent State because my brother goes there, and I want to study finance.
Finance may be his favorite subject in the future, but it was history on the way up, and his favorite class ever occurred during his sophomore year.
It was Mr. Biasi, and he was a great teacher, and he just made it fun.
Jace, the one thing that pops in my mind, he's always smiling, and he has an aura of positivity. And, you know, anybody that has young kids and you're looking for someone to emulate for your kids, this is the kid right here. It's solid. Another thing that sticks out is a will and a want. And those two things, I think, are going to serve him very well in the future.
Jace's immediate plans for the rest of the school year are very specific.
Goal for the season is just to win the championship. I don't really have any personal goals. And then for school, I just got to keep working hard, keep that grade point average up.
Jace Kernahan of Steubenville Big Red, this week's DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week, along with Aiden Manning, last week's DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week.
The Bordas & Bordas Friday Night Rivals on Fox 9 is sponsored by Bordas & Bordas, WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital, and Wendy's.
And welcome back to the Bordas & Bordas Friday Night Rivals. Big Red 7, Sheridan 7. Sheridan huddled together on their own 20-yard line as they get ready for the second half. Big Red on the sideline getting ready to kick off. As you take a look at Lewis getting warmed up on the sideline, Lawson Lewis. We'll take a look now at our scoring. 7-7 ball game as we mentioned. Let's take a look at it, Coach. First quarter, right at the end of the first quarter, Minifield is going to go to the distance. 46 yards. That point was good. That made it 7-0. Steubenville Big Red. Then later, in the second quarter, Caden Sheridan, the quarterback, that goes in from about 5 yards out. And it's a 7-7 ball game at the half. And Coach, all I can think about, it's in my head now. I can hear Bill Parcells on NFL film saying 24 minutes. He wouldn't say 24 minutes, but there's 24 minutes because that's why you lift all the weights in the summer. This is what it all comes down to. You put in all that training, all off season, the weight room, every day of the week. And it comes down to a final 24 minutes. This is whether or not you advance in the state tournament.
And I'm sure both of these coaches have given that same spiel at halftime. And it's so true. You work so hard for this moment. You know, what's happened in the past is over. This is the moment now that somebody's going home and somebody's going to play next week.
We're going to check in with our sideline reporter, Jack Kilgrove, after this kickoff. Cole Bowers stands about 9 yards from the football. End over end kick is going to come down to about the 1 yard line. It's fielded there and returned out to the 20-25 yard line. Big seam, and it's going to be all the way back out to the 34 yard line on the return for Sheridan. Corey Holden, number 3.
Made a nice return. They had a nice alley for him to get through, and then Big Red collapsed it at about the 33 yard line.
Both teams 12-1. We'll go down to Jack after this play as we get ready for the first play from scrimmage here in the second half of play. Caden Sheridan, a little pistol formation. He's going to keep. He's going to run. Looks to get outside. Look to pitch. No one there. And he's taken down by Elijah Mullins after about a 5-6 yard gain. Jack?
Yeah, Bill, before we got to the third quarter of play here, Reno Suckutch talking about limiting the mistakes. I assume that was the focal point of the conversation in the locker room. And right on cue, I was going to tell you about this defensive line for Big Red. They took the read to the outside, but Santonio Brown has been all over this backfield so far. He had a big first half. Expect that and the rest of this defensive line to carry over into the second half here.
Second down and 4, ball at the 39 yard line. Handoff to Munyon, and he will push ahead for a couple of yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And thankfully for everybody down on the field, Jack specifically, the rain has let up. Now the wind is still blowing. You see the flags on the uprights and the flag. So it's a chilly cold November night, but at least there's no rain at this point. Hopefully it stays away for the third quarter play as Sheridan has it 3rd and 1 at their own 41-yard line. Winders comes in motion. Handoff, Munyon, and he leads ahead. It'll be close, depending on the spot, and it looks like they're pointing first down. And they move the chains, and it'll be a first down for Sheridan. Just enough, not by much.
Not by much. We'll see the replay here. Good penetration, good push by the Big Red defense, and he just barely makes the first down.
Let's look at the Ohio Valley Honda replay. First Choice America, first down. Sheridan, handoff. Munyon, nothing doing. Minifield there, wraps him up, set the edge, beat the blocker, and then makes the stop.
You know, earlier in the game we talked about Big Red has so much speed and does such a good job of setting the edge. It's hard to get to the perimeter unless they're running some type of option read from inside.
They'll bring up second down and 13 from the Sheridan 40-yard line. Gorby, Harper, and Brown along the defensive line of scrimmage. 2 men in motion at the same time. That's a penalty in every country that plays football, as far as I know.
As far as I know.
Will it be a penalty tonight in New Philadelphia, Ohio? That's the question.
It's supposed to be.
It should be. Speaking of penalties, Coach, here you go. Penalties for Big Red, 5 for 35. And penalties for Sheridan, 4 for 30 yards.
Prior to that one.
Yeah,
so now they're both 5 for 35.
Sheridan rushing 17 carries, 91 yards in the first half. 2-6 passing for 58 yards. Total of 23 plays for 149 yards. We get to the Big Red numbers when they have the football. Right now, second down and 18 from the 35. Flag coming up and coming down. It's on the turf. Sheridan looks to throw. He takes a shot, and it is out of bounds, incomplete. And now we go back to the flag. And it looks like an illegal shift against the Sheridan offense. So you can tack on 2 more penalties to that total, right. Coach, we've talked about the referees with the flags. Is it the players not focused? I can't imagine it's the case. Nerves? What do you think it may be? Is they're the ones committing the penalties?
They're committing the penalties. You know, it's a big night, and we talked about somebody's going home. But, you know, to get to this point and winning 12 games, you don't normally have this many penalties.
Third down and 18 from the 35-yard line. Sheridan takes a snap, steps up in the pocket, looks to the outside, has a man open, and it's incomplete. It looked like that might go, and then the ball just behind the receiver. The receiver looked surprised, and it was incomplete. It'll bring a fourth down, and the Sheridan Generals punting unit will come out to punt the football away.
And he had a step on the defender. The ball just got a little behind him. Maybe some wind carried it, but we're going to see the replay here.
Brody Suckoch back at the Big Red 35-yard line. Low line drive kick. It is going to bounce and take a Sheridan roll. Brody was going to try and pick it up and stop the roll. Just couldn't catch up to it, and it's going to roll dead at about the 14-yard line.
Made a good choice. Now, you know, we always say he normally doesn't let the ball hit the ground. That would have been a hard one to field, and then trying to pick it up on the bounce is not a good idea.
And that's an end-over-end kick the whole way. We're going to take a timeout. Back with more after this. And welcome back. 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line for Big Red. First possession of the second half, and looking outside to Hill. He makes the catch at the 37-yard line. before stepping out of bounds. What a ball from Aiden Manning. And if it was a little more to the inside, Hill's off to the races, but that's a great place to put it. No one's going to catch it except for Hill. And you said you wanted, at halftime, we talked about it, you said you wanted to see Hill more involved, and he gets involved on play number
immediately. A big-time receiver, and he proved it there.
Handoff. Falks up the middle. Sheds a tackler, still on his feet, out across the 45-yard line of Sheridan, down to the 43, and Big Red with 2 big chunk plays to start the second half. And it's a first-choice American first down for Big Red inside Sheridan territory.
Yeah, that's your 2 playmakers, Xavier Falks and Isaac Hill in the last 2 plays, put him down about the 44-yard line.
Handoff again to Falks. Cuts back inside, dives ahead for about 7-8 yards on the carry. We're third and about 3 yards. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Hopkins and Falks will line up just to the side of Aiden Manning. See Lee Anthony Sewell, number 8, lined up on the outside, and it'll be Falks getting the carry. Spins across the 35-yard line, now getting a push from Harper and Kernahan. Pick up another yard. Ryan Kuhn, number 12 for Sheridan, comes over, helps Falks up off of the ground. Good sportsmanship as we take a look at the tribute on the back of the hat to Sheriff Fred Abdallah by head coach Reno Suckoch. 3rd and short. Manning is going to keep. Manning is going to have the first down. Coach, how important is it? Obviously, it's the second half. You're tied up. It's reached fun, but you get a big drive. They had a big drive to start the game. Couldn't capitalize it. How important is it to come away with points, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown here at the start of the second half?
You know,
and you've already turned them away from there.
Right. We know Big Red is not real big on kicking field goals, but I think they would take points any way they could get in a 7-7 football game.
Manning in the shotgun. Handoff inside. That is Falks looking for some running room. He's going to find some for about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, that's a base play in their offense. They pull backside guard, backside tackle, kick out, and give the football. It's an old power play from 100 years ago when we started football, and but they sure run it very well.
Coach, I don't want to say anything, but it sounded like you were there for the start of the
football. I was. Seems like
when you said that, well, we started football.
I remember when we did that.
You look good for 100 years old, Coach. 2nd down and 6, Big Red. Hill goes in motion. Handoff, penalty flag down. Falks to the outside. He's going to drive ahead across the 25-yard line. Stopped at the 24. This will come back for motion. Slow to get up off the bottom of the pile for Sheridan. Creed Hill, number 77. He's going to try and walk it off. And this is what head coach Reno Suckoch talked about with Jack going into the half. We have to stay away from penalties, turn the football over.
Right.
They're hurting themselves. He said, we'll be fine if we can do that.
They were 2nd and 5. Now they're
2nd and 11.
They're 2nd and 6.
Hill lined up in a wing. Kernahan to the near side. Hill's going to come in motion. Grabs across. And now everybody on the Big Red offense looks over to the sideline to get the call. Play clock down to 3. Manning under center. Steps back. Hands it to Falks. Has some running room. Can he get away from the tackler? Now we have a flag coming in. And it looks like it'll be a hold against Big Red. Had the seam right here. Looked like he was going to take off. A nice play there by number 80 for Sheridan. That is Hayden Henry. Number 80 makes a nice stop. And then Big Red penalized for the hold. And it'll bring up the 2nd down and country mile. Not sure exactly what constitutes country mile. Just you look at it. Country
miles a mile.
Yeah. Big Red hurting themselves with the penalties as Sewell and Suckoch split to the far side of the field. Manning in the shotgun formation. Hill comes across the formation. Looks to Hill outside, has a couple of blockers. Hill's going to turn it up, but Sheridan there with good pursuit. And it'll be a short gain of about 2-3 yards. It'll bring up third down and long. Third down and about 17 yards.
We'll see the replay there. Just throwing the fast screen. Hill was in motion, but
number 20, the running back,
right.
Fine running back.
Right. Comes
nice
off
play.
the block and makes a nice tackle.
Manning on third and long. Pressure. Spins out of it. Ball's on the ground. He falls on top of it. Gets it back. And will bring up fourth down and long from inside the Sheridan 50-yard line. Will be officially spotted at the 42. And we have an injury down on the field. And it'll be Aiden Manning, I believe, getting up slowly off the ground. The senior quarterback favoring his right leg. So an injury down on the field, all tied up at 7. We're going to take an injury timeout. We'll be back with more right after this. Welcome back to the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals. It is 7-7. Big Red and the Generals of Sheridan. We go down to the field and Jack Hillgrove. Jack?
Hey there, Bill. Yeah, 4:37 to go here in this third quarter, and Big Red senior quarterback Aiden Manning came up limping, trying to jog himself off to the sideline, and he is being attended to by the Big Red training staff as we speak. Obviously something you don't want to see, and as I say that, they have lifted Manning to his feet, and he's being helped off the field by a couple of teammates, head coach Reno Suckach, and of course his training staff at Steubenville High School. You don't want to see that if you're a Steubenville fan, a Steubenville player. Obviously, your senior quarterback, the guy that's led you on this winning streak to this point in the season, had one of the best games of his season, statistically over 300 yards last week in the win. So we'll keep an eye on his status, and of course, we'll keep you updated. Go back to you.
Thank you, Jack. On fourth down, Big Red's going to play field position here. They'll send on the punt unit. Ball 4th and 20 from the 42. Hayden Hicks will punt the football. Stands at his own 44-yard line. Winder standing back at about the 18 for Sheridan. And Hicks with a strong kick. It's going to bounce and almost hit the official. And it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So Sheridan will have it 1st and 10 after the touchback at their own 20-yard line. .4:16 to go. 7-7 ball game. Third quarter play. Coach. Teams talk about it, Coach. This is where you pick your teammates up.
That's it.
Aiden Manning went off to the sideline, starting quarterback.
Yep.
Team has to pick him up.
That's right. Somebody else got to step up and make a play now, that's all.
Looking down on the sideline, looks like Aiden trying to run it off, jog it off, as Caden Sheridan has it on first down. He'll have a first down before he is forced out of bounds. Fans want a penalty. That's just players falling down. No one hit the quarterback.
No one. They just slid out of bounds.
They just fell out of bounds.
Right.
It'll be a first down. It'll be a First Choice America first down for the Generals of Sheridan at their own 35-yard line.
1st and 10, Sheridan, the 35-yard line.
We're going to send it back down to Jack Hillgrove. Jack?
Yeah, Bill, you had it. Aiden Manning starting to jog a little bit. Didn't look like he was in too much pain when he gave it a light jog here on the track behind the Steubenville bench, and he's on the training table getting that right leg stretched out. I'll try to monitor the situation and get you guys updated.
Well, that was big.
Jack, thank you very much. Saban Felton monitoring the situation with Caden Sheridan, the General's quarterback, and he finds him in the backfield for a big loss. Big play from the Big Red defense on the Ohio Valley Honda replays. Just look at Felton taking him down, and who's right there next to him? It's Antonio Brown. If Saban didn't take him down, Brown was going to take him down. Big defensive stand for Big Red here. 2nd down as they are looking to shut down the Generals' offense. All tied up at 7 apiece. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Handoff, Munyon up the middle for a couple. And Javen Harper
he tried to get it back on, didn't he?
Lost his helmet. It looked like he was knocked off by the opponent, and then he tried to grab it and put his helmet back on. Now Gorby's coming off. How many players do they have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
Now they have 10. Now they have 11.
Dale Simmons comes back in. Take a look here at the replay. And you see Harper there. It looks like the helmets are just actually tied up. And then that comes off, and he's going to come over. He's going to find his helmet.
Get it on real quick.
Put
it on backwards.
Sheridan to throw. Looks outside. Has a man open. Complete. Just enough for a first down. A lot of confusion on the substitutions before the last play. Simmons is going to come back off. Noah West is coming off. Harper and Gorby go back on the field. Hill comes off. First and 10 for the Generals. Moving clock at the 47-yard line. Ruff goes in motion. Sheridan keeps. Short gain of about 3. Big Red with a player down on the play. Can't see a number. Don't want to guess at a number. Let's look at the Sheridan sideline. I believe that's Hopkins that was down, shaken up on the play. He is going to walk off. And right now we're going to take a look at what's coming up this weekend on the networks of wtov9 and Fox 9. It's Fox NFL action Sunday. Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. Sunday at 1. Fox NFL action. Cowboys and Panthers on Fox 9. Sunday at 1.
After this play, we're coming to you on 10.
Second down and 7. Ball at midfield. Winders goes in motion. Sheridan's going to keep. Tucks it away. And he'll go for a couple. It'll bring up third and about 5. Jack?
Hey, Bill, just talked to senior quarterback Aiden Manning. He was getting some work on the table from the training staff. He did tell me that he is going back into the ball game. Seems to be all right. Bill, back to you.
Jack, thank you very much. Good information. Thank you. Thank you. 3rd and 5. Big play here, Coach.
Sure is.
Two receivers on each side. Winters is going to go in motion. Handoff, Munyon. And he is not going to get it. He is stopped well short, a couple of yards at least. Check that. It wasn't Munyon. It was Hines, number 27. It'll bring up 4th down and 3. And the decision time, well, they already made the decision. Looks like they're going to punt it away.
You got to kick it here. You're playing for field position.
Ohio Valley Honda replay. Let's take a look at Caden Sheridan, who's played a fine game, the quarterback for the Generals. Brody Suckotch back at about the 20-yard line, and now we've got a timeout, I believe, called by Big Red. It looked like they were going to have perhaps an illegal substitution, and they called timeout. And Sunday night football. Joshua Dobbs, coach. Minnesota Vikings starting quarterback now. Kirk Cousins goes down. He's out in Arizona. They said, man, we'll trade him. We'll trade him. He just goes and starts winning games in Minnesota. And the Denver Broncos, suddenly the Denver Broncos, the team that many left for dead after week 2. They give up 72 points against the Dolphins at some point? They're a win away from 500. 8 o'clock Sunday night. If anything, an intriguing matchup. Right now, we've got a great matchup. High school football teams right here. Steubenville Big Red, Sheridan Generals all tied up at 7. Third quarter, 53 seconds to go. Brody Suckotch is going to step back to about his 10-yard line, sets up to receive the punt there. Munyon kicks it off the side of his foot, goes to the right, and takes a sideways bounce back into the middle of the field. And it'll be Big Red football at their own 33-yard line. So, punt, not what Sheridan wanted. Big Red gets good field position. They'll have 43 seconds left in the third quarter.
Aiden Manning's back on the field.
Be interesting to see if his mobility's limited a bit. Maybe it was just a cramp in the leg.
Who knows?
We'll have to see. As a senior, I imagine you have to cut the uniform off not to get back in that game would be good. Manning back to pass, has a man down the middle. Elijah Mullins at the 50, 45. Cuts past one backward, out to the sideline and down to the 37-yard line of Sheridan. First down, Big Red. Aiden Manning comes in off the training table and finds Elijah Mullins for a huge play and a first choice American first down.
You'll see the replays. He said everybody vertical, and the safety going to choose one side or the other. He found the inside receiver and did a nice job. Watch him protect the football right before he gets tackled.
Xavier Falks on the carry. He's going to pick up some good yards. The flag comes in. And it will be a hold against Steubenville Big Red. A 10-yard penalty will bring up first and 20. 19 seconds to go in the third quarter. Aiden Manning in the huddle, winding the clock. Final play of the third quarter. Falks has some room to weave his way through the line and pick up about 3 or 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring us to a close of the third quarter, all tied up at 7 apiece. The Generals, Big Red, 7-7. We head to the fourth quarter. Friday Night Rivals. Back with more right after this.
The Bordas & Bordas Friday Night Rivals on Fox 9 is sponsored by Mr. Rooter, Weirton Medical Center, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 495, D. Felice Brothers Pizza.
Welcome back to the Bordas & Bordas Friday Night Rivals matchup between Steubenville and Sheridan. Bill Phillips along with coach Tony Filberto, and down on the sidelines, Jack Hillgrove. Big Red, second down and 17 from the Sheridan 44-yard line. Aiden Manning, senior quarterback, hobbled off the field, comes back in. Big completion to Elijah Mullins, gets Big Red into Sheridan territory, and now they have it second and 17. Manning back to pass, looks to buy some time and slings it outside, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted on the play. Take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, he looks pretty mobile there.
WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital replay. Third down and 17. Looking for a big chunky yardage here to give yourself a chance on fourth down.
Fourth down, that's right. And they're 4-down territory if they can get a nice chunk of it back. Nice
Throwback
call.
screen.
I love the screen
Mullins
call.
has the room to run down to the 39-yard line. It'll bring up fourth down. And Big Red will send on the punting unit. WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital replay as Manning throws back. 3 blockers out front and a good play to shed the tacklers. Linebacker number 64, Griffey, makes the stop. Hayden Hicks stands at his own 47-yard line. Looking to pin Sheridan back deep. End over end kick, and it is going to roll out of bounds down inside the 10-yard line. That was about as good as it can get.
Yep.
And they will spot it down at the 10-yard line. So the Big Red special teams with a big play there from Hayden Hicks. Big kick as he gets the roll to go out of bounds, and Sheridan will start at their own 10. The defense hoping to put some big pressure on the Sheridan offense.
And you always worry about that situation. Your long snapper's coming off the sidelines. Hands are cold. He's been there the whole evening. Made a perfect snap. Hunter did a great job getting the ball out of bounds about the 10-yard line.
So Mr. Ruder first down here in the fourth quarter. 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Caden Sheridan in the gun, and he is going to keep on first down. Breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and he is out close to the 19-yard line. Santonio Brown on the stop, number 51 for Steubenville Big Red, but a 9-yard gain on first down for Sheridan.
Again, they flashed across, and it was a counter coming back with the quarterback keeping it. It used to be what we called counter me.
Sheridan hands it off. Around the side, around the corner, picking up good yardage is Bryson Ruff, number 21. He'll have the first down out close to the 30-yard line, spotted officially at the 28.5-yard line. I don't know if you can officially spot it at the 28.5, but we're going to.
You can call it anything you want.
That's Monday, number 20 going off, the starting running back, and he doesn't look comfortable on his way off of the field. Anderson is going to split to the near side here, out near the numbers on 1st and 10 from the 29 for Sheridan. Mullins looks like he's going to bring the blitz, does, but Sheridan's going to keep it. He's across the 40 and out close to the 45-yard line before he's stopped with a big first down for the Generals.
Quarterback's an awfully good player.
Yep.
Coming off that drive, brought the backside tackle to lead for him and keeping the football. He's a big running back lining up at the quarterback position.
Keith Lewis on the stop for Steubenville Big Red. Sheridan's going to keep. He's starting to feel it. He's down the sideline. He's in a foot race, and he steps out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. And coach, it seems like Caden Sheridan's starting to get a feel, and he feels like he's in control. He keeps calling his own number.
Well, it all comes off the read. The Big Red's attacking that drive back. You'll see the lineman there, and he's just pulling the football going. They're going to have to start spying him, shadowing him, assign someone just to the quarterback.
Looked like he started to fumble the football. That's why he took himself out of bounds. First down, Mr. Ruder, first down for Sheridan at the 29-yard line of Big Red with 9:20 to play. Sheridan's going to keep again. Gets to the corner, and he goes down at about the 25-yard line. Caden Sheridan, number 13, senior, 5'10", 205 pounds. Hand off to Munyon. Straight up the middle, goes for a couple of yards. Bring 3rd and 3 for Sheridan.
They're in 4-down territory, obviously. I don't think they would attempt a field goal. I think they'll try to get at least part of it and then keep the ball in the quarterback's hands on 4th down if necessary.
Number 80, Hayden Henry, checked into the ball game for the Generals, and he will line up in a wing formation, it appears. We're going motion, crabs across the formation. Low snap. Handoff goes to Munyon, and Munyon is going to be short of the 1st down at about the 21-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd or 4th and 2 for the Generals of Sheridan. Coach?
I think the ball's in the quarterback's hands, if that's what you're asking me.
I was going to ask
and maybe just a direct snap and a power play with him or something coming off the read. But I'm willing to bet the ball's going to stay in the quarterback's hands.
Sheridan's going to talk it over. They take a timeout.
Yep.
With 7:29 to go, we're back at the critical 4th down right after this. Friday night rivals, Bordas and Bordas, 7-7, Big Red and Sheridan. We go down to the sideline to Jack Kilgrove. Jack?
Yeah, Bill, you talk about the term dual threat quarterback, and Sheridan is that for Sheridan. 670 rushing yards coming in, 15 rushing touchdowns. Coach, you alluded to it before the break. I can't see a scenario where when they come out here and run this play that he doesn't have the football in his hands. But again, this Steubenville defense, and especially the defensive front, has been stout all night long with the exception of a couple of chunk plays. And this sideline, if you can hear it, the Big Red faithful are getting fired up for this very, very critical 4th and 2.
Be ready for a play action pass.
Okay.
You never know.
You never know.
He puts it in the belly, and but they're going to line up tight. Sheridan takes the snap. He's going to keep. He's going to get to the corner. He's not going to get the 1st down. He dives for it, but he's going to be short.
He's short.
He's going to be turned away by the Big Red defense. Big Red 1st and 10. Going the other way with 7:22 left in the ball game.
It's the call we made. The quarterback power, just direct snap and running behind his lead blockers, which I think is a great call, but Big Red defended it.
Down the line, and there's the hit, the initial hit at the line of scrimmage, and he dives, and he is short. Minifield comes up and makes a big hit. Minifield to look like maybe a little shaken up on the play. And there's absolutely
they're not going to measure that.
That's short.
If you look, his knee was back even farther before he reached out.
We're going to go down the field with Jack. Jack, are they going to measure this?
They are. It looks like they are. The officials got his hand over the ball like they're going to. I thought the ball came out, and when the ball did come out, everybody on the field dressed in red and black for Steubenville thought that it was going to be either Steubenville ball or where the ball fell towards, not a 1st down. Now, the scoreboard, the digital down marker says 1st down, but they're favoring Steubenville in that regard. So right now it is 1st and 10 Steubenville, but the officiating crew on that far sideline is, from what I think, trying to measure the football. So we'll have to see what they rule. You can kind of hear the Big Red faithful in this sideline just really disagreeing with the decision to measure the football.
They took the sticks back.
Now they're going to take them back, and now Coach Culver on the far side is hot. Brody Suckoch came off the field pumping his fist as if it was a decision that was made. Now the officials are talking things over. It did not appear from the reaction of anybody on the field that he was anything but short on that play. The only one that came out and looked was one of the coaches from Sheridan, just kind of looking but not making an argument that he had made the 1st down. So it should be 1st and 10 for Big Red.
It should be. Let's look at the replay here. Let's see where he's down.
There's a hit by me. His knees are down. And it's not. And then the ball comes. Well, the ground can't cause a fumble.
But he's down with the ball back at the line.
Yep. Midfield signaling that it is indeed Big Red football, so that's what's going to happen. Big Red will get the ball with 7:22, and Minifield made the initial hit.
They're still talking on the sidelines.
And it has put some bounce in the step of Steubenville Big Red. Javen Harper has skipped his way out to the field to the line of scrimmage. Now the official comes over. We're still protecting the ball at the 20. And we're still talking about this. Now, Coach, you call, you make calls, you make calls. And hey, the officials are making the calls. They get a tough job. No one agrees with them. But here's where I have a problem. Everybody saw the play. You spotted the ball. It's either short or it's not. Let's go.
Right.
We've had 5 conversations with every referee on the field. And again, it's just, what are we doing?
I know they want to get it right, but they could have got it right immediately and said, this is the decision we've made.
Yeah, and I get it. They don't have a replay. They don't have any of that. But as soon as you make that call,
they're bringing the sticks out.
Here we go.
Short.
Well, if you were going to measure it, why not bring the sticks out 5 minutes ago?
Right.
Again, the referees have a tough job.
Sure.
And they don't need us, second guess them, but that's everybody does. And, but that's a situation where, like, come on, guys. Either measure it or don't measure it.
Keep
but
it
let's
moving.
get going.
Right.
You make the calls on the penalties. I got no problem with that. But that's where it's too much. All right, get off our soapbox. 7-7, 7:22 to go. Big Red gets it after a big 4th down stop. Handoff. Felton looks to cut back inside, and he will pick up about 4 on the play. Spotted down at the 24-yard line.
First down so important. That's a good positive 4 yards on first down for Big Red.
Manning, handoff. Falks in the middle of that line. It's been pretty stout most of the game, but he gets through for a couple. It'll bring up 3rd and about 4. Isaac Hill hasn't touched the ball in a while. He's a big playmaker as Brody Suckots checks into the game. Hopkins will check out. 3rd and 5 from the 25 of Big Red. Falks on the right side of Manning. Hill will line up as a wing on the near end of the line of scrimmage. He'll go in motion across the formation. Manning fakes the handoff. Jace Kernahan. Big catch out across the 40-yard line. Coach, we had our Scholar Athlete of the Week this week. He was the selection. And one of the things we talk about, he always seems to be in the middle of big plays. There he makes a big play for a big first down reception. Manning spot on with the pass. Kernahan takes a big hit, and it's a first down for Big Red. West Virginia WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital replay. Mr. Reuter first down. Big Red on the move at their own 42. Handoff goes to Falks, and he's going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain, maybe. Lost a half yard. Looks like it'll be right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 for Big Red.
Looked like Sean Griffey, number 64 linebacker.
He's had a nice game.
He's had a really nice game. Both of these defenses have played well. These are 2 explosive offenses, and it's a 7-7 football game.
Griffey is 6'3", 200-pound linebacker. Anthony Sewell goes in motion. Handoff up the middle. Handoff Falks. Handoff Falks, and he's into the secondary foot race. He's going to win it to the goal line. Big Red, touchdown.
And there's no flags on the field.
With 5:01 to go in the game, Big Red with a huge touchdown run from Xavier Falks. And Big Red has the lead 13-7 with 5:01 to go in New Philadelphia as they look to defend their region title.
If we see in the replay, he had that narrow gap, and he has that kind of explosiveness. He puts a ball in the secondary, and not many people are going to catch him.
Fabro. Suckots, Bowers. Snap is good, spots down, kick is up, and it is right down the middle, and it is good. We're going to take a timeout. Back with more right after this. And welcome back to the Borders and Borders Friday Night Rivals matchup. Big Red has just taken the lead with 5:01 to go in the ball game. And it is 14-7 as we take a look at the Big Red marching band. They put on a great halftime show and now doing some dancing and some playing in the stands as Big Red gets ready to kick off the football. And Cole Bowers will spot the ball at the 40-yard line, right in the middle of the field, right on the X. And he will kick off in the wind. It's a crosswind. You got one set upright, so he's going to look to see where it's going. One's going one way, the other one's going the other way. It looks like he's kicking with the wind, at least according to the American flag, as Bowers approaches. High end-over-end kick, and it's going to come down at the 15-yard line. And on the return, out to about the 28-yard line. And that's where Sheridan will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. High spinning kick. A lot of revolutions on the ball as Big Red, good coverage with 4:56 to go in the ball game. Big Red holding on to a 7-point lead here in New Philadelphia on a Xavier Falks touchdown run from midfield. Coach, 2 big touchdown runs, Minifield and Falks, and that's the difference right now.
We talked about the explosiveness of Big Red. Yeah, it's going to make a difference in this football game.
Looks like Hines is in the backfield, number 27. Winders goes in motion as Sheridan looks to throw now. Down the middle, has a man open, and it is complete to Ryan Kuhn, number 12. And he's going to roll down at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 from there for the Generals of Sheridan.
See the replay.
West Virginia Medicine.
Right. They come off the midline action that they've run all night and caught the receiver on the drag pattern across the field.
And they have not thrown the ball lately. It's been Sheridan with the run game, and he's been successful. But now perhaps looking to open it up as the clock now under 4:30 in the ball game. Ruff comes in motion. Sheridan calls his own number, keeps it, and he's out across the midfield stripe to about the 49 of Big Red. We'll see where they spot it officially, but it'll bring up 2nd down and about 6. Coach, 2-12-1 teams. We thought it was going to be a ball game. We thought we were going to get big plays. Thought we were going to get excited. We got all of it.
We've got everything we asked for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 2 explosive offenses. There's only 21 points in this game. These defenses have been outstanding.
They have been outstanding, absolutely. 2nd down and 6 at the 46. Sheridan looks to throw, and it's incomplete. And now a flag comes in. Ineligible downfield.
It must have been by alignment of this receiver.
Coach, the official came out of the field. He was patting his head, and I couldn't see his other arm. I thought he was patting his head and rubbing his belly.
That's too hard to do. Try to do it sometime. You can't pat your head and rub your belly at the same time.
No, but he did throw that flag, and now we'll find out if Big Red benefits from that or what's going to happen. Now they are going to, looks like they're going to accept the penalty.
Right.
Take another look at it, and one of the line well downfield, number 55. You look back and wait a minute, where's everybody else? Jack Robinette, number 55, caught downfield. They bring up 2nd down and 11 now for the Generals of Sheridan. Sheridan to throw, plenty of time now, getting pressure, and there is Santonio Brown. He gets away from him, sheds another tackler, still on his feet, and dives ahead to the 42, but Elijah Mullins has him by the leg, and Caden Sheridan comes up complaining that Mullins had twisted his leg. He's not happy about that at all. It'll bring up 3rd down and long, and the officials are calling a timeout. And now we have an injured Big Red player out at midfield. Can't see a number from here with the medical rushers. See Caden Sheridan saying, no, he's twisted my leg. He's twisted my leg. Or as someone famously said in the NFL, he's giving him the business at the bottom of the pile. And you don't blame the quarterback for that. He's thinking, I made a play, and he thinks he was fouled, so he's not happy about it. He's going to tell the official about it. But right now, what it'll bring up as we take a look at Lewis, number 12, coming off of the field with some assistance. Keith Lewis who has made some big plays in this game defensively, especially early in the game. Made big stop on a long pass attempt from the Generals. But with 3:30 to go, he's going to have to come off the field for at least a play, as Sheridan faces a 3rd and 10 from their own 42-yard line.
And then if they don't make it, I think they have no choice. They're going to have to go for it. I can't imagine they're going to kick the ball away and try to make some stops.
And you have to give Caden Sheridan credit for that run, because if he gets sacked by Brown or anybody else, it's another 5 yards.
Right.
3rd and 10 from the 42. Clock moving at 3:20. Sheridan will roll to his left, steps up, passes away, and it's incomplete. Don't know if it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. It looked like it tipped off of Munyon's helmet and then almost intercepted, but it goes incomplete.
They have to go for it. I don't think they have a choice at this point. They're not going to get the football back if they kick it away.
If they bring a punter out, better look for the fake.
They better look for the fake.
But that's not going to happen. Sheridan is going to go over to the coaching staff. And it looks like now we have a flag down. Holding against the Generals. Decline. Okay. So bring up 4th and 10 from the 42. Big play here for Big Red. Big play for the regional championship. 3:10 to go. 4th and 10 from the 42. Caden Sheridan in the gun. Drops back, looks downfield, looking down the middle, and it is incomplete, overthrown, and it will go incomplete. Receiver wanted an interference penalty as he ran into the defensive back, with the pass well over his head and incomplete. And Big Red has it, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at the Sheridan 42. And now, Coach, I would imagine everybody's being told, 2 hands on the ball. Right. Let's not give it away.
Now, Sheridan has 2 timeouts, so the clock isn't a sure thing at this point. But if you can get a first down after a couple of carries, it could seal this football game.
And what you're looking to do is carry it all the way into the end zone and get that insurance. But the biggest thing is hold on to that football.
Cover the football. Remember, the clock's your friend at this point. Keep it running. It's more important than yardage.
I formation. Hill goes in motion. Crabs across the formation. Handoff goes to Falks. And he is going to lean forward for about 3.5, 4 yards on 1st down. Okay. And a timeout called by Sheridan with 2:56 to go.
It leaves him with 1 timeout.
2:56 away from a state semifinal berth for Steubenville Big Red, as they lead at 14-7. And Coach, what's the conversation like you see coaches in different sections of the group talking to different players. What is everyone talking about?
Well, it's the same thing you mentioned before. The important thing is maintain the football. Don't do anything crazy at this point. Yardage is not important. The clock's your friend. Maintain the football. Let's keep it going forward and keep the clock running.
The offensive line, the friend of Big Red.
Yeah, they're probably going to shorten their splits a little bit and just get a big push and keep the ball moving forward. And knowing Coach Sakosh, I guess they're in 4-down territory. I don't think he would punt the ball away.
He wakes up in the morning in 4-down territory.
Yes,
He's always ready to go.
Yeah.
2nd down and 7 from the 39-yard line. Falks up the middle. Falks.
Big.
He is close to 1st down yardage. If they give him a spot at the 30, he should have it by a couple. And it is indeed a 1st down for Big Red. They will wind the clock, and there it goes, 2:43. Now, how long does Sheridan wait to burn? Well, they have 2 timeouts left.
No, they have 1 left.
Or 1 left.
1 left. They can't use it yet. It's going to wait till 2nd down. See what happens on 1st down.
Ball control a must as the clock turns inside. 2:20 left in the ball game. Manning handoff, stretch play to Falks. dives ahead across the 30-yard line down to about the 27-yard line. We're going to head down to the sideline and Jack Hillgrove. Jack, as Sheridan takes the timeout.
Bill, we have a final in Division 4, Region 16. Archbishop Alter 17, Cincinnati, Wyoming, nothing. So if all goes right here in this final 2-11 and Big Red's able to salt the game away, the opponent for the winner of this game will be Archbishop Alter as they beat Cincinnati, Wyoming 17-0. Back to you guys.
Jack, thank you very much. .211 left in the ball game. Coach, just going to say this.
No change.
You got to love the practice on Thanksgiving. You got to get to it. You got to get to it first. But
you know, for years we started the first day of practice every year saying our goal is to practice on Thanksgiving Day. There's nothing better than practicing on Thanksgiving Day.
Big Red right now, 2 minutes and 11 seconds away from practicing on Thanksgiving. 14-7 ball game. Sheridan, you know, going to be ripping at the football. Ball security a must for Big Red. 2nd down and 6. Hill goes in motion. Sets up in a wing formation on the near side. Falks and Hopkins in the backfield. Hand off to Falks. And he is going to go down at the 23-yard line. And
okay. You're going to get down to 1 minute and 20-something.
3rd down and 2.
First down ends again. Take your time.
And a good play from Sheridan coming through. It's going to make it a 3rd and 1. Falks manages to fall forward for a yard. And it'll be 4th and 1 for Big Red from the Sheridan 23-yard line. Well, they're going to leave it at 2. But he got a little bit more than that, Coach.
Okay, run your clock down to about 45 seconds. 46 seconds.
Big Red will take a timeout with 1 second to go on the clock and 48 seconds to go on the game clock. And we are at 4th and 2 with 23-yard line of Sheridan. 48 seconds from a semifinal berth in a regional championship for Steubenville Big Red. And Coach, what's the conversation like? Is it, you know, is it bully ball? You're putting your big guys up there and going, all right, we need to get 2 yards, fellas.
It's a push match. You know, you tell your guys up front, I don't care if the guy across from you is better than you, but on this play, you've got to be better than him. Let's get 2 yards, and we get to play next week. Now, Sheridan's been bringing the guy off the corner, which caught him in the back. Maybe Big Red needs to leave that wing out there instead of bringing him back in motion and stretch that defense out one more man.
Sheridan Generals, 12-1 season. They need a stop. They need to find a way to keep Big Red from getting this first down to have an opportunity. Big Red, 6 feet away from the state semifinals.
That's it.
Manning is going to grow, he's going to keep, and he's going to have the first down. It's going to be close. I thought he had it, and then a play from behind. Griffey, 64, makes a great play for Sheridan. It is going to be super close. Oh, check that.
Big Red's motioning first down, but you would expect him to do
now, it
that.
looks like the official on the far side of the field has about a yard short.
Yes, he sure does.
First down, Sheridan. I thought he got much more yardage than that. As we take a look here, and here comes Griffey.
Yep.
Makes the hit. Oof. Wow, that is a lot closer than a yard.
Yep.
That camera seems to be right in line with that, bud. All right.
Okay.
1st and 10 for Sheridan at their own 22-yard line. And Big Red needs to make a stop. They need to find a way to just keep Sheridan out of the end zone.
All right. And keep the ball in play.
No timeouts for the Generals of Sheridan. One timeout remaining for Big Red. And as you said, Coach, keep the ball in play.
Okay, back your defenders off a little bit, not too much.
Sheridan looks to throw, looks to the outside, has a man open, and it'll be enough for about 8-9 yards, close to first down yardage. It looked like it was A.J. Winders, number 5, making the reception for Sheridan. Second down and a yard, 38 seconds left in the ball game.
Second down, 1.
Winders will split to the near side along with Anderson, number 11. Sheridan in the backfield in the shotgun. Second down and 1, and we have a flag.
Inside receiver moved.
Motion penalty against Sheridan. Take a look at it here on the WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital replay. Second down and 6. Ball now at the Sheridan 26-yard line. Sheridan looks to throw, has some room to run. He's going to run, comes upfield, and will be forced out of bounds by Felton at the 39-yard line.
It's a long 4 seconds. I thought there was 36 on the clock.
Never moves fast enough, does it, Coach? And it moves way too fast if you're on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
You're on the other side. That's correct.
Mr. Reuter, first down for Sheridan out at their own 38-yard line. 32 seconds to go. Winner of this one gets Kettering Archbishop Alter. Kettering Alter awaiting the winner of this one. They beat Wyoming. Sheridan back to pass. Gets pressure. Spins away. Chased by Noah West. Now has some running room down the sideline. Still on his feet. Forced out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. 24 seconds to go. Spins away and then has the speed to get down the sideline before he's forced out of bounds.
Widen those defensive ends, tell them to rush to the outside shoulder, force it back to that nose tackle.
That looked like a false start on the outside, and the pass is complete. Looked to make the lateral, and the knee was down. It's a first down for the Generals out at the 32-yard line of Big Red, and they're moving the clock now. Inside 15 seconds, they spike the ball, and it'll bring up second down and 10 from the 32-yard line with 15 seconds to go. And when Caden Sheridan spikes the ball, he spikes the ball.
Yeah, but he threw it down there pretty hard. Okay. We've seen a good football game tonight.
Absolutely. Two good teams. Second down and 10. 15 seconds to go. Sheridan to throw. It's complete. Now a lateral to nobody. A lateral to Big Red.
Yeah.
Big Red football. That should be a first down the other way. The runner was not down. It's lateral back, and it goes right to Big Red, and that seals the game. Big Red is headed to the state semifinal as they come up. They have a few seconds left, 9 seconds to go. But a big play there as Big Red looks to head to the state semifinal against Kettering Alter.
We'll see it on the replay here. Makes a throw, makes the catch, and he tries to pitch it back and ends up in the Big Red's hands.
Hopkins is laying on the ground. He's thinking, oh, a Christmas gift is falling out of the sky. And Big Red will take a timeout. 9 seconds to go. Big Red on their way to a regional championship and a berth in the state semifinals. Coach Stuckotch talked about winning every day of the week, winning the weight room, winning practice, and then, of course, giving yourself the opportunity to win tonight. And that's what Big Red did offensively and did defensively. They found a way to give themselves opportunities to win on big plays and win on defense and on offense. And he talked about doing it as a team, not individuals.
Right.
Because you think Isaac Hill's got to have 10 receptions to win the game. Not tonight. He did blocking. He did everything else. And Big Red, 9 seconds away, victory formation, and they will take a knee, and Big Red will head to the state semifinals. Big Red, your regional champion. We'll take a timeout. Back with more as they win it. Big Red 14, Sheridan 7. You normally don't think of 14-7, Coach. You think of the high-scoring games now. But I'll tell you what, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, when the rubber meets the road in November, you got to play defense, and both these teams did. Big Red comes out on top.
They did. Everybody wants to see a 42-40 game, but you saw a lot of excitement in a 14-7 football game tonight. Both teams played so well. Big players in big games. How exciting.
And, Coach, just final thoughts on Big Red. Another regional championship, and now on to the state semifinal.
How does it happen? Is this the last year? Is last year the last year? Just year in and year out, they're there. They're going to be a contender, and Coach Stuckotch has brought them to that level, and that's what their expectations are, and they're meeting them.
Well, Big Red and the Generals of Sheridan shaking hands at midfield. A lot of respect between the two teams, two programs. Coach Stuckotch talked about that earlier in the week. A couple of huge plays on the ground in this one from Jalen Minifield and Xavier Falks in the fourth quarter as the two big plays result in the 14-7 win and some great defense. Santonio Brown, can you say enough about him? He was all over the field tonight. Number of players all over the field. Ben Hopkins, fullback linebacker, and he comes up with a big loose football. And
don't forget Jace Carnahan's catch when they needed the first down.
First down.
So huge.
All right, let's go down to the field to Jack Hillgrove with Reno Stuckotch.
Coach, tied at half. What was the biggest adjustment in the second 24 minutes for you guys?
We didn't make any adjustments. We didn't play disciplined football, but we played tough football. There's a difference between hard and tough. Anybody can play hard. You got to play hard and tough, and that's what it took at the end.
And talking about toughness, your quarterback comes back into the game. Your senior tailback comes up with a big touchdown in the second half. What do you have to say about the team effort from you guys tonight?
I mean, it takes a team. It takes a team. It takes a team. But the effort and the toughness was there. No matter how bad at times we coached or how bad we played, the toughness was there all night.
Back to champ. Sweet does it sound?
It's sweet.
Coach, congratulations. Bill, back to you.
Jack, thank you very much. Big Red looking to celebrate at midfield, celebrate a regional championship. They'll have the trophy presentation down on the field. Big Red is your winner as they get ready to head to the state semifinals. Big Red wins the regional championship. And, Coach, just some thoughts now. Coach, talk. How long do you enjoy this one before you start to refocus? The coaches, I know, it'll be, 4 o'clock in the morning. They'll all be up looking at tape. But for the players, you got to enjoy this one tonight and over the weekend, I would think.
You tell them, enjoy it over the weekend. You've earned it. It's yours. You've deserved these couple of days to enjoy what you've done. But come Monday now, we always say put it in the vault. It's yours. No one takes it away from you. Get ready for next week and get ready to practice on Thanksgiving.
And Big Red is going to head down to the band and sing the alma mater. That is one thing, Coach Stuckotch, I've seen over the years from the time I arrived in the Valley back in '91. He has them sing the fight song every chance he gets. They know that thing better and better. It's something that is a part of the Big Red tradition, and they've been doing it for years and years and years.
In tradition they have.
Absolutely.
Second to none. And the other team we're seeing at the other end has a pretty good tradition, too. So we have to congratulate both of these football teams for what we saw tonight.
Big Red celebrates, and let's listen to the band play. So they play the alma mater.
Yep.
about it, Coach, 2 wins. 2 wins away. You can't think about both of them. You need to get this one. The state semifinal, Big Red was there last year, so close to going to the state championship game. Fell a little bit short. This year they have another opportunity, and it's something if I asked Coach during an interview this week, Coach, what about this opportunity? They say that's what we've given ourselves, that opportunity.
You know, the good thing about this one, you're playing for a trophy.
Yep.
Next week, you're not playing for a trophy. You're playing for the opportunity to get a trophy in 2 weeks. So, you know, this is great. Enjoy this one and have a great weekend. That's what you tell the kids.
We take a look down at the field trophy presentation going on now, and the regional runner-up trophy being handed to the Generals of Sheridan. And they've had a fine season, 12-2 on the year, a touchdown difference in tonight's game. Not much to pick from the two teams. Everybody was right there, tooth and nail throughout the game. And now the championship trophy will be presented to Steubenville Big Red. You see the smiles, and you see the excitement, and what you think back on is everything that they've been through, all the work that they've done, and now they enjoy it together. Now they'll bring it over to their friends and family.
We always told the kids, there's nothing that you can find out there that'll give you a greater thrill than what you're getting there at this moment, what you've earned, what you've deserved.
Congratulations to Steubenville Big Red, to every player on that roster, all of the coaches. Fantastic run through the regional championship, and they win it. Now it's on to the state semifinal next week. That's a look at Big Red, your regional champions for 2023. Your final score tonight from New Philadelphia, Woody Hayes, Quaker Stadium, 14, Big Red, 7, Sheridan. Big Red wins, Big Red moves on.